Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't recorded a video in a while because
pandemic. Scary.
where are we going? No one wants to accept us Americans. But luckily, I was able to travel. Oh, thank God. And I've been able to share that experience with you. So before I begin, make sure you subscribe so you can keep up to date with all my new videos, especially after this one. So I'll wait.
How did I get here? How did I get here?
Hope you subscribed. So if you can't tell, I have a nice island glow. I went to the lovely, beautiful island of Barbados.
Work, 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 work.
I've always wanted to go to Barbados. I'm actually Barbadian. My father's side is from Barbados in England. It was so easy, especially even during this time. So if you're thinking about going to Barbados, or hopefully maybe the pandemic will be over soon and you still just want to go, it's an amazing place to go. Let's hop right into it. So I'm here in JFK Airport, traveling to Barbados for Thanksgiving. My mom got me a whole little care package. As you can see, I have a face shield and this. I got hand wipes, all of that. It made me fucking check my bag. Have they changed the restrictions on carry-ons? Because nobody wanted to pay $30. Of course, especially with everything going on, you have to get a COVID test and a PCR test. Not the rapid test. I don't trust those rapid tests. At least 72 hours before your trip. I went to a health and hospital to get the test because they actually gave the test results back a lot faster. I went to get tested on a Sunday and my flight was on Tuesday. I have a layover in Miami, so hopefully I get the results during my layover before I get on the flight to Barbados. So stay tuned. And for those of you that haven't had a test yet, it's honestly not that bad. I know it looks weird and everybody's all like, oh my God, the nose part. Come on, if you have tattoos, if you have piercings, you could deal with it. I had a layover in Miami, luckily, because I got my test results literally right before I got on the plane. And they do check for your test before you get on the plane to Barbados. So American does not give a shit about having any social distancing or anything like that. I'm sure they put that in the media already because my flight to Miami was full. There was not one empty seat. The flight to Barbados actually was empty. I had a whole row to myself. Here is where the island is completely different from how we handle things in America. Because honestly, America is the ghetto. We don't, anyway. Hey guys, so I've made it to my destination in Barbados. Once you land, they take a certain number of people off the plane at a time. You walk to the first set of people that check the date, make sure that you took it within 3 days. Then there's like these hand sanitizing stations like every few feet. Then once you get into there, they take your temperature, they ask you to hand sanitize. They give you one wristband, which is this red one. They then ask you what hotel you're staying at. So I'm staying at the Coral Mist. And so then they give you a wristband that says the Coral Mist on it. Once you do that, they then give you a form to fill out where you put how long you're staying, your age, your phone number, your address, where you're staying again, and that you agree to quarantine. Once you fill that out, you walk through to regular like customs where there is a form you have to fill out online through the Barbados website, which again asks you the same questions, but it asks you for a picture of your passport, a picture of your negative test, and asks you all the general questions. So you have to show that to customs. Then you go to another person who asks you to sanitize your hands. But then a lady looks at the paper that you just filled out, I guess making sure that it's filled out properly. Then you go to someone at a desk who then collects that paper, asks you the same questions. And then they give you a sheet. I guess someone's supposed to call and I'm supposed to give them my temperature 2 times a day. So like they give you this sheet which you're supposed to write your temperature on or call, like, I don't know, I guess to monitor it. But I'm also like, if I was tested to come in and then you're gonna retest me while I'm here anyway, why do I have to document my temperature? So picked up my luggage, you know, again, they ask you your name, where you're staying, and what flight you came on twice. They write it down, and then they put you in a cab. You have to pay for it, so it's a cab at your own expense. But it was only 17 American dollars to get from the airport to my hotel. And then here is where I will quarantine for at least, I guess, 2 days. Today is when I landed, and then tomorrow I scheduled my retest, and hopefully the results come back tomorrow night so then I can leave. But if not, then I will be leaving Thursday morning. So they give you a whole little breakdown of the criteria or what you're supposed to follow while you quarantine. They also give you how to order food, okay? Because literally you can't leave your room. I can only go to the pool, and no one's gonna clean my room while I'm here. Now you can go to a government facility where the second test is free, or you can call and have someone come to you, which is $200. So I mean, the person coming to you is a little more convenient, obviously, but that might be a little expensive. So they do tell you where the closest facility is, and if you want to go and do that. Can't be too mad. I appreciate the precautions. I ordered my first meal, which was a flying fish sandwich and some crab samosas, because that just kind of excited me, so I figured I'd do it. Their tamarind sauce is a little different than the tamarind sauce I was expecting. But yeah, overall it's not so bad. I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna watch some shows on my phone, and my test tomorrow is about 10 o'clock in the morning, so see you tomorrow. The way they calculate when to retest you is over a 5-day period. So you have to get your test at least 3 days before arriving in Barbados. And then on the 5th day, which would be your second day in Barbados, you have to get retested, which isn't that bad. I stayed in Barbados for a week, so quarantining for basically a day and a half, because I landed in the middle of the day on Tuesday, wasn't that bad. But of course, where did I stay for at least my quarantine? It was called the Coral Mist Hotel. It was an inexpensive hotel. It was about like $80-something a night, and it was right on the beach, because if I'm gonna be quarantined, I wanna look at some blue water. You feel me? I've already looked outside at the trees and this concrete jungle, you know? I'd rather look at the blue water. I haven't stayed in a hotel in I don't know how long, but this is where I have to quarantine. But that is what I wanted to see, the fucking ocean. Hey. Got a whole little kitchen, right? They even give you forks and shit. I like that. They let you cook, basically. I don't have to just order food. And they also do the test a little bit differently than we do in America. They probably do it correctly, because I don't know if I trust the way these people test in America. Good morning, guys. So I guess this is, technically day 2 of my quarantine. I got retested this morning. I had paid for someone to actually come to me instead of going to a government facility. And they put the swab thing literally all the way back to your throat, through your nose to your throat. It actually was more comfortable than the one that they do in the States. So now I just have to wait for those results to come back, and once they do, then I can cut off my wristbands and be free to go. Because right now I feel like maybe I should do something, but I realize that I can't, because all I can do is go to the pool, which still partly doesn't make sense, because that still is me around people. But I'm gonna go to the pool, so see you in a little bit. Since I can't go to the restaurant, and because they have like a low occupancy, they don't have a lot on the menu, no seafood. So I'm ordering from their version of Uber Eats again, which is called Hopscotch. But what I was able to get from the restaurant was this rum punch. At least I got a drink if I'm gonna be sitting inside, right? Cheers. The next day, when I got my results, I was free to go. So you get to cut off that wristband, you send that email to the person at the hotel so that they just have proof that you are no longer quarantined, and then they say, now you are free to roam. However, that was also the day I was choosing to leave that hotel. But I was like, fuck that, I am going to wander around this hotel because now I'm free to do so. it makes sense now why they told me I could go to the pool, because since this hotel is two sides, there's the Coral Mist side and then there's the Blue Orchard side. So the Coral Mist side pool is for people in quarantine, and the Blue Orchard side is for everybody else. Now it makes sense when I'm free. So I recommend, if anyone is going to Barbados and they want like a cheap place to either quarantine or even stay, because it's not in a bad area, Coral Mist is definitely a nice hotel to stay at. And the staff so far, the ones that I did meet, are very nice, very, very nice. So the lady called me a cab because now I was free to go. I then went to stay at the Royal Westmoreland, which is on a golf course. The cab driver that picked me up, his name was Roger. He was so nice, so nice. We had lovely conversation about the island, just about everything that was going on during the pandemic, how, you know, Barbados has been handling it and how they really cannot afford another shutdown. They need the tourism, but if people are coming in, they just want to make sure that you're not coming in to contaminate the rest of the island. So I appreciated their process, whereas America, we struggling out here. He was explaining to me how even the taxi services, they have to go through a whole little program. They get a sticker that they are an approved COVID taxi service. So they're able to transport tourists. Now I arrived at the Royal Westmoreland. I stayed in this 4-bedroom villa with its own private pool. And it was just so nice to not be in New York. My first day free, which was actually Thanksgiving, just actually went out to eat. Didn't have like your typical Thanksgiving dinner, just went to go drink, went to this restaurant called Tides. Oh my God, the food was so good. I had a roasted pepper pineapple margarita. For dinner, as an appetizer, had calamari, this like sweet potato and like corn soup or something. And then, you know, they poured the broth. It was like it was delicious. I had a jerk spiced cauliflower steak with plantains, zucchini fries, I think a little bit of couscous, and this red curry sauce. Oh my goodness. It's a beautiful restaurant. I'd highly recommend Tides. Food was delicious. But that was basically it for that night. Didn't really do too much else. So the next day, I went to this place called Sea Shed, which was right on the beach. The food there also delicious. I had a rum punch. I had a seafood pizza, this like crab salad. I'm gonna talk about the food a lot because it was so good. Then afterwards, decided to sit on the beach. It was raining, but I'm the type of person, I don't really give a shit. If you're gonna get wet, wet is wet. So my ass went into the ocean while it was raining. I saw this crab. Hi, crabby. Maybe I might have been a little drunk, but I thought it was really cool to like see it up close like that, and it was yellow. Friday nights, they do have this, well, normally they have this like, not street food party, but it's supposed to be a vibe at this place called Oistins. But because tourism has been very low, it hasn't been as lively. We did decide to go to Animal Flower Cave. There was also another cave called Harrison's Cave. That was actually closed, but supposedly that's like the really big tourist attraction. But I really enjoyed Animal Flower Cave. It's at the north point of Barbados, like the tip, and you pay like $12 US. So I'm at the Animal Flower Cave. We haven't gone in the cave yet, but it's already so beautiful. Look at that. Nature. It was about like a 30-minute drive from where we're staying, but it's so beautiful. So beautiful. Can't wait to go in the cave. During certain months of the year, December to I think April, water from the ocean still, like when the tides come in, it actually fills the cave. Then there's like a little pool you can swim in. So pretty. They do have a restaurant there too. I didn't eat there. Just the views are breathtaking. After that, we did go to Oistins during the day and got some food. Some barracuda with macaroni pie, which is their version of mac and cheese, which was actually really good because I don't really do cheese too often because I'm lactose intolerant. It was actually very tasty with some plantains and some grilled potatoes. I also had some organic fresh squeezed apple juice. I guess I'm not really used to real organic squeezed apple juice because as I opened it, you could see, I was like, what is all of this white stuff? There was a hard piece, which I guess might have been a piece of apple. I don't know, but it was tasty. Yeah, just explored that area. They have that's like their fish market. You know, you could just buy fish also to cook for later, or the fish there that they cooked for you. It was like little houses that were like little food stands in a sense. So on Friday nights, all of them are generally open. They have like music playing and stuff like that. So at least we got to go and at least eat there. So I got to experience what it looks like. And that night, I went out to the club. So near Royal Westmoreland, they have like a little strip of basically kind of like 2 or 3 bars. One is called Jamestown and one is called the Red Door. The Red Door is a little fancier than Jamestown. We went to both. That is the one place that I would say, did we forget that there's a pandemic outside? Because they take your temperature to walk in, you wear a mask to walk in, but then it's still crowded inside. But I guess if everybody that comes in already tested negative, who knows? I don't know. When I tell you it was so nice to like party and hear music, I was jumping around like I haven't been outside in months. Didn't get back in until about like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. It's the closest I was getting to a New York night because, honey, things closing here at 10 p.m. Oh, goodness. That's not that I really care to be in a club, but at least having the option to still be outside, you know? On Sunday, made some new friends in Barbados. We meet up with them and go to a plantation house. It's a little awkward to walk onto a plantation when basically majority of the people was white. It's just a tad bit awkward. Reminded me a little Get Out now. But so it turns out Lily's parents They own a restaurant. Because they haven't been able to like have their restaurant open due to the pandemic, on Sundays they have kind of like this pop-up dinner at the Plantation House restaurant, which is called the Lancaster Great House. So it was a 4-course meal. For the appetizer, it was called a sexy salad because it was a salad with like a thing of crab, shrimp, and lobster. Delicious. Then you had a soup. And then the main, I had like shrimp in a curry sauce with like vegetables. I think a little bit of rice. Then you also had dessert. Then we was drinking. Now I don't know how much that pop-up dinner was cost. I'm sure it probably was expensive, but they was having a good ass time. No, not my heat. So close. I was almost done with this video before my heat turned on. That pretty much was my Sunday. It was very chill. Monday before my flight, scheduled to go do a whole bunch of other activities. So woke up early to get on a boat to go swim with the turtles. I got to touch a turtle, 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 turtle. Say hello to my little friend. Isn't he so cute? And honey, I am out of shape because I normally am fine with treading water. I was tired. Please pass me the life vest so I could just float on it because I'm tired. Definitely a fun-packed morning. So if anybody's looking to do that, definitely call Captain, oh shit, what was his name? I should have double checked his name before recording this. He's so cool, plays good music, has rum punch on the boat. And then I came back to the ghetto, which is called America. But anyway, had an amazing time in Barbados. I will be having another video coming soon because I'm already planning my Christmas birthday escape. Like, share, subscribe, all of that. Definitely stay tuned and come back. And yeah, see you next time.